you can change the color of the bodysuit, kinda like you can dye a sheep. Hey guys, what's up? LD Shy Lady here, and today we're making more Minecraft mobs in The Sims. However, this time we are focusing on friendly mobs. So I'm going to start off with my favorite of the Minecraft mobs, the sheep. How do you make a human look like a sheep, you ask? Well, let's find out. So I started out by giving her a very pale skin tone and giving her some of these really adorable circle glasses. I just thought it made her look really shy and reserved, kind of like a sheep would be. Then I focused on her makeup, so I gave her a little bit of blush and some bubblegum pink lip gloss. But she was still looking too human, so we had to give her a hair color and a haircut to make her look really sheepish. So as you can tell, at the moment she looks a little bit like a librarian. So now we just had to give her some clothes to complete the look. I really wanted to give her some wool clothes because I thought that'd be hilarious since wool comes from sheep. But none of the woolly sweaters and woolly skirts really looked right. The colours just didn't match. So I decided to give her this little bodysuit and some thigh-high woolly socks. My favourite thing about this is that you can change the colour of the bodysuit, kinda like you can dye a sheep. So we can dye her pink, green, cyan, blue, red, magenta, black, whatever, depending on her mood. So that is her everyday outfit. Then for her formal wear, I found this two-piece set that comes in a variety of colours. So just like her everyday outfit, she can be dyed just like a sheep. But we will leave her white for now and move on to her athletic wear. Athletic wear is my least favourite category ever because nothing ever looks good. But I found her some leggings and a shirt to match her grey hair colour. She looks pretty cute. Now, sleepwear is my favourite. And once again, I found a set that can be dyed different colours. And this one looks like it would be pretty fluffy. It's so fluffy! So I decided to dye her pink and give her some little pink slippers. And then we can move on to my favourite, party wear, where I immediately found this top and skirt combo that I thought were perfect. I know that they're not exactly white, they have a floral print on them, but I thought, you know, if a sheep was gonna dress up for a party, don't you think they would use the surroundings around them to make themselves look good? And what does sheep have around them? Lots of flowers. So, I think the floral pattern makes logical sense. And finally, for our lovely little sheep, we have swimwear. Personally, I can't imagine an actual sheep wearing a bikini. So I found this little bodysuit that, yet again, can be dyed into different colours, and I kept this one pink. So there she is, our beautiful sheep queen. I think she's absolutely adorable. Let me know in the comments what score you would give her out of 10, and please also do the same for the other Sims that I am about to make, so that I can see which one everyone likes the best. So, our next Minecraft mob come to life is quite a rare one. It's the Mushroom Cow. Now, I really wanted to give Mushroom Girl some cute red hair, but it was so hard to find a nice shade of red. But eventually I went for this long style with the two space buns, which I think was perfect because it kind of makes her look like she has cow ears. And then we just need to give her some clothes so that she actually looks like a mushroom cow. Now obviously I decided to go for polka dots. There's a very strong polka dot theme with this sim. So for her everyday outfit, I found this cute two-piece set of a crop top and shorts in red and white polka dots. And I gave her some little black shoes reminiscent of her little cow hooves. And then I went in and did her makeup. I gave her some pretty bright red lipstick. Mushroom Girl is very daring with her looks. And I gave her some really cool eye makeup with some long eyelashes. Because have you ever seen a cow's eyelashes? They are blessed with some long, luscious lashes. Anyway, once the makeup was done, then I moved on to her formal wear. Obviously, I wanted to keep a polka dot theme, so I tested out a variety of polka dot dresses and settled on this really light red dress and some cute red flats that match the colour of her hair. Then for her athletic wear, I wanted to put her in a one-piece, and in the end I chose this white one-piece with the red hearts. It's kind of like reverse polka dots, so it's still keeping with the theme. Moving on to sleepwear, I almost didn't want to change a thing because she started out with this amazing, crazy outfit with wings and kitty slippers. Oh my gosh, but it did not fit with the polka dot theme. So we had to change it. And I couldn't really find anything polka dot, so I went for a very pale red pajama pants and a matching vest top. So next up we have party wear. And once again, her original outfit was actually pretty cute, but it didn't quite fit the theme. So I tried looking for something a little more red. But what I found was decapitation. But in the end, I settled for this really bright red dotted dress, and I couldn't find any shoes that I liked the look of, so I just took them off. Mushroom Girl party so hard that she doesn't even have shoes. So finally we have her swimwear, and of course I went for a little polka dot bikini. And that is our Mushroom Girl complete. Bow down to your new queen, and don't forget to rate her out of 10 as well. The next Minecraft mob we are creating is the adorable little bunny. So of course I started out by giving her some iconic bunny ears and a complementing hairstyle. Now at this point I decided I'm going to do a grey bunny. So we're going for grey ears and grey hair. And I looked for some makeup that would accentuate her bunny features. And I found some face paint that gives her a little coloured in nose and moved on to her outfit. I kind of made a weird choice with this one because I decided to give her some pajamas for her everyday wear and pair them with some knee-high socks. I think it's pretty cute though. So moving on to her formal wear, instead of giving her a long flowing dress that wouldn't allow her to frolic around in the fields like a bunny would, I instead found this really cool formal suit. I think it looks so funny and cute. Then for her athletic wear, I just gave her a little grey tracksuit because the colours really matched with her ears and I thought that was adorable. Now for sleepwear, I started out by giving her some bunny slippers, which is actually quite horrifying. But then I decided on something even more horrifying. I'm just going to put her in a bunny suit. Kind of like she's wearing the corpse of one of her relatives or something. Anyway, moving on to party wear. I wanted to give her a nice dress so she can feel glamorous. So I went for this really long grey sequin dress and a nice silver necklace. And finally for swimwear I had a lot of choices. So in the end I went for a really cute grey polka dot swimsuit. And that completes our lovely little bunny girl. Don't forget to rate her out of 10 as well as we move on to my final creation. So the last friendly mob I'm going to create today is the little piggy. But just because you're a pig doesn't mean you can't be cute. So we are going to try and make this girl as cute as possible. I started out looking for a hairstyle. I really wanted one with 2 buns either side to kind of look like little piggy ears. And of course it had to be pink. So I tried out a lot of hairstyles before I settled on this one. And then I looked for a really pink skin tone so she would look as piggy as possible. And moved on to her makeup. In case you can't already tell, this girl is going to be very pink. So I gave her some pink eyeshadow and I looked for a pink blush. Now the options were all pretty crazy. And this was the most toned down colour I could find. Now if those aren't kawaii cheeks, I don't know what you call them. So finally I gave her some lighter eyebrows and I moved on to her outfit. Obviously I wanted to go for something pink, so this poofy dress was perfect, even if it did kind of swallow up her arms a little bit. Then I gave her my favourite little flat shoes, and that is her everyday outfit. So for formal wear, I really liked the dress that she originally started with, so I gave her the exact same dress in the pink shade, and moved on to her athletic wear. I went for something a little unconventional. I found a bear onesie that came in pink and it kind of looked a little bit like a pig. So I put her in that for working out in, and I moved on to her sleepwear where I gave her this little pink ensemble of course. And for her party wear, you guessed it, she needed a pink dress. And I found a pretty funky one. So that is what our little party piggy's gonna wear. And finally for her swimwear, I found a swimsuit that came in a pink colour, so I went for that. And paired it with some bright pink sunglasses, and I think she looks fabulous. So that completes our set of friendly Minecraft mobs in The Sims. But before the end of this video, I want to see all of my Minecraft Sims in the Sim world in their outfits. So these are obviously their everyday outfits, and I think they all look pretty freaking weird. But their swimsuits definitely look a lot cuter. So here they are chilling by the pool, and doing some working out. Pig Girl's outfit is actually hilarious, and it kind of makes her look really muscly. Now they're having a little sleepover in their pajamas, and a little invisible dinner party in their formal wear. And finally, showing off their dance moves in their fabulous party wear. So that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to leave a like. Don't forget to tell me which sim is your favorite, and I will see you next time.